Alright everybody, welcome to my channel. My name's Captain Crush. Tonight is first day of NFL opening season 2023 to the 2024. Let's hopefully we get a good season. Limited to no injuries, please. One time for the boys. Let's crush. I'm dead serious when I say that, man. If there's anything that can destroy a season, it's injuries. And tonight, Kelsey is officially ruled out, which is why this video is currently a little bit delayed. I hope some of you guys get to watch it before kickoff. Hopefully you do. Hopefully you're waiting with notifications bang on. You wait for the captain. Next week I'll have a whole slew of videos after the first week subsides and I get some data points. I will let you guys know what's up. I run a variety of tools every single week. It costs money. It is what it is. If some of them I'm partnered with, some of them I'm not. This particular baby right here, Outlier Bet, this will be the cornerstone. They have a lot of good NFL stuff. I run PrizePicks, ParlayPlay, DraftKings, Underdog, and Sleeper. Yes, I line shop, but the priority is going to be DraftKings and PrizePicks for these videos, okay? My broad scope is going to be quarterback analysis, running back, wide receiver, tight end, and then on Saturdays, we put it all together, and I will be doing the live streams in my Discord, which is a paid subscription. Cheap, it's only $25 a month, but I had a class there today, which went over 3 hours, which is why this is all delayed. Plus, I was waiting for the tight end news. So after I got all that out, well, Captain Crush, let's go. All right, so first, right out of the gate, I'm going to ParlayPlay. Why, Cap? Why are you going to ParlayPlay? Because it's Thursday night. They got a Mahomes free square for all users, new and existing. And if you're not a user, get over to ParlayPlay, link in description. Use code CRUSH. You'll get your match, plus you get the free square. And I'll give you 30 free days of the Discord. Now, by the time this video is out, you're not going to be able to get Laney, Liberty, whatever. But you will be able to get that free square. And then you compare it with the Sun God, St. Brown, under 17.5 fantasy points. That is a hot take. I will back up why I took that. Also, McKinnon, less than 17.5 rushing yards. I love Pacheco today. I love Mahomes today. I did take this too, full disclosure, because I figured with Kelsey out, the line would move. It did. I gambled. It paid off. We'll have to wait and see what happens, okay? But these are my tickets. Again, this is ParlayPlay. This is the new wave. You can insure two-mans. It's a vibe. DM me if you have questions, but just use promo code CRUSH and you will crush. Go over to PrizePicks, and then after PrizePicks, we're going to DraftKings, baby. I'm gonna interlock them like a friggin' full Nelson. That's right, puppies. Full Nelson, okay? Pat Mahomes is at 281. I got him at under 286. They've now bumped it. This is now a fade candidate for me. They have his rushing yards. I got it at 16.5. It's now 21.5. Again, the Kelsey news made a lot of stuff go. It's viable at 21.5. It's definitely not sexy. Listen, he's the GOAT Junior. He's little Tom Brady in the making. If you want to take more here, you absolutely can. NFL is big event. It's all about range of outcomes, folks. Every single thing, and I will be touching on that in a moment. But here's the kicker. Detroit has historically struggled against the run. All we have to go on is last year's stats. It's week 1. Anything and everything can happen. I promise you that. If your favorite capper, the faceless Twitter guy, 18 to 20, and he's literally trying to tell you about stuff when he literally can't even place a legal bet yet, here's the fact. Nobody knows what's going to happen week 1. They just don't, all right? If they tell you they do, cap check them and check him with the SpongeBob meme. The point is, everything can happen, but we need to know range of outcomes so we make right decisions. Week 1, this is what you do. This is the flex. You literally get your red zone membership, whatever it is you do. You turn on the sit down for Sunday, you flex it out. Now, for tonight, you do the same thing, Peacock, Prime, wherever it is. You watch the game, you put a little bit of coin on it, just enough to where you can feel a sweat, and you just sit back, pop open your beverage of choice, water for me, and then you just watch the game, folks. That's it. Enjoy it, because it's just ain't it. All right, I promise you, don't get your hopes up for week 1. You're just going to set yourself up for disappointment. There's 2 schools of thought here. The over-under was 53. It's the highest scoring game on the slate, as they say, but Thursday night games are historic, low-scoring slog, okay? But both of these offenses have the potential to put up a lot of points. Historically, they both put up a lot of points. So what we can do is you, the viewer, can determine how you want to script that game. This is going to determine how you make your showdown lineups on DraftKings. This is going to determine how you make your PrizePicks contest on PrizePicks, Underdog, ParlayPlay, whatever you want. You know the drill, boys. They're all value. We all shop around. It is what it is. So I was telling people earlier in the Discord about Jared Goff, 257 pass yards. The single hardest thing to do in a game, a same game parlay, is to get a 5-leg right. I would stick to 2 to 3 plays max and go from there, okay? The fantasy score, this is how they do it. DraftKings scores 1 point per reception, and so does PrizePicks. Touchdowns are going to be 6 points. They don't do any bonuses like DraftKings does. FanDuel scores half-point PPR. When you hear me say PPR, it's point per reception. So we have Amon-Ra St. Brown right here. I'm going less 17 fantasy. Why, Cap? Why? Because 17 fantasy points means he's going to need, if he gets 2 touchdowns, that's 12 points, okay? And then let's just say he gets 3 catches, that's 15, and then he gets like 50 yards, that's a couple more points, and then he would soar over. Do I think he's going to soar over? No, but his median projection is going to be right around 17, okay? So you can take less here and feel good about it, but it's never going to feel good. Mathematically it will, but no one wants to watch a game taking less on a stud like St. Brown. I love this kid. I have him in a ton of best ball contests season long. I have him. I believe in him, but I just don't think 17 is an accurate number. If it was 14, I'd be on the other side, and that's that. Now, if I'm the Chiefs, my goal is to shut down Mr. St. Brown, which is what I hope happens, which will open the gates for a Marvin Jones Jr., a Jamar Gibbs. A lot of people are talking about Sam Laporta. Listen, the deal with tight end, and if you're in my Discord, you've heard me preach this all day because you guys are the priority. You're the ones that, but for the YouTube faith, tight end is the hardest position to transfer from college to NFL, period. It just is. It's just the hardest position to learn, the hardest position to be playing. Under the bright lights against Super Bowl champion, it's going to be difficult, all right? So a lot of people love him. I'm fading it just because I don't want to put my money in on that much of an unknown. So like I said, we can go with St. Brown. If you want to take a shot on Goff, more 16.5 fantasy points, you can, but then I would probably take, if you're not going to take more on St. Brown, I would probably open the door to maybe receiving yards for someone like Reynolds or Marvin Jones. Again, if the game plan is to shut down St. Brown, one of these 2 scrubs could get open. They're missing DJ Chark. He's no longer in the mix. There's a lot of teams, this one included, that have been shaken up, but the core still remains. Amon-Ra and Jared Goff, they no longer have the goal line stud Williams to run them in every 5 seconds. They're going to be relying on Gibbs and Montgomery. Speaking of Montgomery, I think he's a great jump cut back. What's that means? It means when he's running, he can literally cut on a dime, jumping around. They're called jump cut, and he crushes. And I think he's criminally underrated this season. I don't know why. I think way too much stock in Gibbs. Not saying Gibbs isn't going to crush, because he absolutely should and could, but I think David Montgomery's finally going to be in a situation to where he can crush. So if you want to take a shot on David Montgomery, more 53.5 yards, you absolutely can. That's in play. That's in the mix. Pacheco, he's over here at 52.5 rushing yards. He was at 51, and he's also the taco. Full disclosure, I have him more on my taco, and I have him more on his full yards, but I got it at 50.5 and 51.5, I believe. I believe that if the Chiefs come out and get an early lead, they're going to look to ground and pound and get rid of this game, get out of this game and rest up and be ready for next Sunday and hopefully get out with a W. That would be the game plan if it was Coach Crush in the mix, all right? So how does that look? It would mean Mahomes does a little touchdown magic that he does, 1 or 2. Then they just start chewing clock with Pacheco running it. The dude gets his feet firing like nobody I've ever seen. And if you watch Pacheco and you don't get fired up when you see that man touch the ball, you don't have a pulse, because the dude is him. He makes plays and he crushes. And I will bet everything I can on this guy, all right? That he's a specimen and he's an athlete, and I think this number is going to rise as the season goes on. They are running a three-back set, which is going to be CEH and also McKinnon. Jerick McKinnon is another guy that I love. He has a special place. He's won me a lot of coin in DraftKings. I don't think he's going to get a lot of rushing yards. I think that he'll be coming in on 3rd down. He will be primarily being a check down target and set up with screens. However, I do believe that he can get 18.5 rushing yards, because I could see them lining up, audibling out, and handing it up the middle, and he just breaks. But I'm going to take less here. I think it correlates well with Isaiah Pacheco over 52.5. I think these correlate well. I think McKinnon's going to get a lot of the receiving work, and I'm praying and hope that Clyde Edwards-Helaire doesn't come in and suck up the goal line work and be the guy that gets the goal line touchdowns and then just goes back, because there's nothing more infuriating than that. So I say all this stuff, and with Pacheco, if you want to go over to his fantasy point, it was at 11, they bumped it to 12, but listen, if he gets 1 touchdown, that's 6. If he gets, you know, his 50 yards, maybe a reception or 2, he could literally go over this. It's within his range of outcome. Now, I've pretty much covered everything I want to do for NFL tonight, the showdown slate, guys. Listen, it's very important that you understand you need to stay away from these 50-50 props. The 50-50 props are going to be stuff like tackle for loss, punts, tackles, assists, all that stuff. Just stay away from all that stuff. That's PrizePicks' model to try to extract money out of your bank account and put it into theirs. They're a business, and you need to be smart and take this serious. All right, so that's the end of the video. Unfortunately, I didn't have time to fit in all the DraftKings stuff. I just edited it all out. It was an additional 15 minutes for the showdown slate tonight. I'm sorry about that. I barely am going to get any views as it is. I will cut it here. Guys, if you want more live streams and all that, get in the NFL, get in the Dub Club. It's CaptainCrush.net. Go down here to the gold package, bang, or use one of my promo codes and DM me. I'll give you a free 30 days. Good luck tonight. I promise you the videos will be better scheduled next time. Let's crush and let's have fun.